Welcome to the show. I am your host, Darryl Early. You are now in the clutch. As the title says, we are sports talk and more podcasts. So today I thought, let's do an over the phone interview with a longtime friend of mine. This multi-talented lady, and when I say multi-talented, I mean multi-talented. This young lady should be an inspiration to all black women. That whatever you put your mind to do, you can definitely do it. So let's jump right into this interview. I hope you enjoy it. I know I did. We had fun recording it. I can't wait to get it out there so you all can hear it. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure of welcoming to the show a person I've known for over 30 years. She is, first and foremost, an entrepreneur. She's also a professional model, a DJ, a talent agent, and an IT recruiter. This young lady has 5 college degrees, which helps her in being educated in her entertainment and management businesses. A little bit about her. In 2012, she auditioned for Audition America and won all 3 categories: runway, print, and talent. In 2014, she was invited to the New York Mercedes-Benz New York Fashion Week showcase that was televised on HBO. She has been published in several national publications. At one point, she helped with the edit and selection process for Fleet Q magazine. She is currently a talent manager for up-and-coming models, helping to develop them and submit them to print publications. And on top of all of that, the last 4 years, she has been a nationwide DJ.
DJ Pynk Dyamond of the DMV. Bringing back that old school and house music weekly.
These days, you can catch her on Saturdays at cruiseinkradio.com. That's www.cruzinkradio.com. Between the hours of 12 and 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can see her latest magazine shoot, The Definition of Cosplay, as she plays Black Widow. You can check that out at www.magcloud.com. That's magcloud.com. And with all of that, I would like to thank my guests for joining us today, Becky G, a.k.a. DJ Pynk Dyamond.
You're rocking with DJ Pynk Dyamond of the DMV. Bringing back that old school and house music weekly. Get ready, and turn your radios up now. DJ Pynk Dyamond, drop that fire.
Hey, thanks for joining us today. You are now in the clutch. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm blessed despite all of this COVID-19 stuff that's going on, but I'm blessed.
I know it. I feel the same way. So,
that's good.
Just tell us a little bit about yourself, what you got going on.
Ooh, well, I try to keep myself busy even though we're going through the COVID-19. Right now, what I'm trying to do is try to change my structure of running my business, which I have to kind of do virtually now. And as you stated earlier, things are changing. I'm an IT recruiter, so technology is really changing for the whole world right now. So I try to get some stuff set up, but I still got to do other things, learn new equipment to get my stuff set up virtually moving forward, because right now we don't have any normalcy right now. So what we're going to be doing is, it's going to be different. It's going to be a little challenging. I'm really getting bored sitting in the house because I'm a person that used to go. But because of the COVID-19, seems like I'm on house arrest. But I could still go to the grocery store, which is kind of crazy. But, I got to do what I got to do as a model, as a DJ, as a talent manager. Right now, as a talent manager with my team of models, which I have 12, um, they're
Wow,
just coming
12?
out. 12 models, yeah.
Ooh,
Two of them are based in Texas, El Paso, and Dallas. Then we have a group that's located in the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area. And then I have one guy that is located in North Carolina. And so right now, I didn't demand anything from my team. They can do whatever they want to do if you feel safe. If you don't feel safe, don't do it. So right
right.
now, what they've been doing is trying to do outdoor shoots. We're getting set up for magazines. Just 2 days ago, I was just dropped in the Definition magazine, which I pretty much go into that magazine every month. They have different themes. So I'm starting to shoot myself outside. So, as long as we can stay safe with the photographer, in an outside location. We try not to do no studios because that's inside, which would require us to wear a mask. But here's the good thing about COVID-19 for us as models. We can wear a mask in our photo shoots. Isn't that nice?
Uh, yes and no.
Why? Why do you say no?
I mean, because we want to see your face too.
Yeah, you're going to get shots of our faces too, but we are, we out here, we want to protect ourselves. So, like for me, I just joined two clothing brands, which some of their outfits has masks with it. So I'll shoot some photos with a mask and without a mask. But
Oh, okay.
guarantee me, I'm going to the with the mask on.
Right. So,
But yeah,
so do you like? Okay, you saying like taking taking pictures with the mask? That's 2020. Do you think that this will be something that will roll over to 2021 also, as far as the modeling part of it is concerned?
oh yeah, I think so. Because we were scheduled to do New York Fashion Week coming in September. All of that has been canceled. So my thing is, I don't think we're going to be ready for any kind of um I'm trying to think of a word. We're not going to be ready yet till at least next. I would say next spring.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
And don't get me wrong,
Um,
I've seen some of the pictures you have with the mask on, and I'll admit they are kind of sexy. It looks good, but I still want to see the face picture too.
I know we'll get you some of those shots out there. We got some shots out there. As long as we can shoot outside, we good.
Right. So,
It's just making sure we're safe too because modeling, I'm trying to tell you, if you're not getting booked or contracts, you're wasting your time right now during the COVID-19 to be an upcoming model because there's no work. There's no fashion shows.
wow.
There's no music videos. Everything is on hold. So as you become an upcoming model, how are you going to get out here and get some work done unless you've already been doing it prior years and know people that might hire you? Just like me, I got hired last weekend for the clothing brand. So other than that, I wouldn't be out shooting, period, unless
Right.
it's for a magazine.
So,
Yep.
so with
So
this ad
for other,
with this
say
adversity
that
going
again.
on right now, do you think that's helping you as far as moving along? I know you said you're getting ready to do a lot of virtual stuff. So, uh, do you think that's helping progress your business as far as getting new equipment and stuff like that to be able to do stuff in a virtual set?
It could be. It depends. But see, my thing with me, even though I'm losing as a business owner. I've lost a lot of money between March and June. So what I've got to do is try to figure a way out or a new strategy to gain some revenue during this COVID-19. And because I'm a model and because I'm a DJ, like I said, you know, it kind of put everything on a standstill hold, unless you know how to maneuver the technical world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you know how to do that, and I know how to do that, but I'm not used to DJing from home.
Right.
I love it,
Is it hard?
but it's different.
Because I know I would think as a DJ, because I see people doing it on Facebook and stuff like that, but I would think DJing, it kind of being live with a crowd, the crowd kind of lets you know, hey, you know, you can kind of feel the vibe of the crowd without having that vibe. I mean, do you just go for it or what?
What I just did a Zoom party. I just had 3 Zoom parties within the last 3 weeks, and one of them was Wednesday night, the last one. And that was with my sorority that I'm part of, which is Sigma Gamma Rho. We put that out there. And
Y'all always do.
we the blue and gold, you know what I'm saying? We do some great things, I'm gonna tell you that. But anyway, I did the Zoom party, and I DJed as if I was in front of a live audience. The only difference was it was through the internet. It was online. But guess what? It was a whole full towel of people on that Zoom event. And what I did was, it's a little difficult because I was running my DJ equipment, which is with a computer, and then on another computer, I was using 2 monitors. So I was using the other computer to look at the guests so they can hear me. And check this out. We do a sound check before we do an event. So it's still almost the same, but you're doing it from home. You ain't got to move no equipment. So I kind of like that.
I know.
But,
I would like that too.
Yeah, I like that. You know, I'm a female now. I got to be carrying that heavy, those heavy speakers, the tables, everything, and I got the whole works. And I'm kind of like, ooh, I kind of like this. But the only drawback, you get less money.
Yeah.
That's the only drawback. You get less money. So your revenue goes down unless you get booked for a lot of Zoom parties. So, and I'm available. I don't care if you live in Alaska, Hawaii. I'm available every day.
That's some marketing right there. Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, but other than that, you know, I don't really have too much going on. Trying to get, you know, acclimated with being a virtual DJ. I'm not trying to do Facebook Lives. Not like that. Too many other DJs are doing that. I'm trying to be different. Right. I'm trying to be a lot different. So that's why I decided to join those 2 radio stations and let my music play for itself. If you want to listen, you listen. If you don't have time to listen, you can always catch me another day. I'm out there every Thursday on Curry, and I'm out there every Saturday on Cruise Inc. Radio. So, you know, and then you got some followers that don't believe I can DJ. So let me throw that in there too.
I heard a little bit of something. I ain't really heard a whole just whole set, but I heard a little bit. I think you're pretty good. You play some different songs. You know, we down here in the South, you know, we got a different take on music, but I heard some of your stuff. You pretty good to me. Yeah,
you know, and what I'm trying to do is bring back dance music. Because the music we have, it's okay. I listen to it. I bop my head to it. But me, I grew up in the 70s, the 80s, 90s.
You're telling your age. You're telling your age.
Hey, it doesn't matter. That's where the great music is. I'm telling you.
I agree.
You can get up. I can put on something by Marvin Gaye, and I guarantee you're going to get up and dance. I guarantee you. I can put on something that is from New York, house music. I guarantee you, whether you're from the South, the North, the East, the West, you're going to get up and dance.
Well, that's what it's all about. That's DJ Pynk Dyamond.
Yeah, you will get up and dance, for sure. But other than that, I'm just laying low, practicing more, shooting less for magazines. But, I try to get out there, but I'm also trying to be safe.
Right. So as far as your modeling career and talent management, did you make any mistakes along the way?
Yeah, a couple of them. Try not to make a whole lot of mistakes. I'm not no perfect person, but, hiring the wrong photographer could be a bad move, without you doing your research, which a lot of models need to do research on photographers. I have challenges being a DJ, because the world was always thinking it's a male DJ. But guess what? The females is coming to take over now. Okay? When we don't care what age we are DJing, we can still get out here and do what we need to do, to make everybody happy and to be, and to entertain you.
Right. When I think about DJs, I'm gonna be honest. I really never think about a female. I think the only female DJ was Spinderella, right? With Salt and Pepper.
Right. And MC Light.
I was just about to say, I think MC Light does a little DJing also. But other than those two, I mean, but I'm sure it's other women out there that are doing it and probably doing just as good as the men are.
Right.
It's just one of those, it's like anything else. It takes time. And as we keep going and women get their foot in the door more, we'll probably, hopefully, DJ Pynk Dyamond, we'll be seeing you on some more spots. Maybe you'll get in something and we'll be like, okay, yeah, I know her.
You definitely gonna know me because I do some great marketing. I'm trying to tell you.
I know it.
And I'm like, okay. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, ooh, back in March when they said we can't go nowhere, we had to stay at home. I'm like, okay, so how can I market my business? What can I put out there, to help me market since I can't do no photo shoots? I can't do anything.
I know that hurt you. I know you were like, whoa.
I thought I was going through withdrawals because I could do a photo shoot. I couldn't DJ. But, I'd rather live my entire life as long as I can by listening to folks and making sure that this thing is super real. And it's super real. It's super real.
No, it's
real. It's super real. So my thing is, I'm just hoping and praying somebody finds a cure soon, because other than that, I think we're going to be starting 2021 kind of with the same stuff going on.
Oh, they ain't gonna find no cure. They'll find something to help you, but they ain't gonna find no cure. Ain't no money in the cure. That's what I always tell people. There's no money in the cure.
Well, something. I tell you, because I have one grandchild. I never thought in my entire life we would be living in some type of ordeal like this. You look at it on TV, you see stuff in movies, and then you realize, wow, we are living pandemic.
It's just like being in a movie, but it's worse.
Yes, we are really in a pandemic, But no matter what, everybody's still gonna know who DJ Pynk Dyamond, Becky G, because I'm going to do it virtually, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently.
Oh, okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What is one thing you wish you would have known before you began your modeling career or even your DJ career?
How much money I needed. Because what? The money part, if you don't have no budget, a lot of models, I'll speak on models first, because a lot of models, they get into this upcoming modeling game and they not realizing that you got to have money to make money. And if you don't have money to make money, it defeats the purpose of you doing what you have a passion for. So what I did as a challenge, I kind of set up a budget of what I can afford per month if I'm going to do photo shoots. Or if I got to go out and if a clothing brand is not representing me, I got to go out and buy some clothes or, you know, try to find something, you know, not to spend so much money, but in order to, you know, get my modeling stuff done. Same thing with DJing. DJing, people think, oh, you just got to buy a control board and a computer. It's not like that. You need speakers. You need some home speakers. You need some speakers that you're going to take with you. You need a whole lot of equipment. And within the 4 years, I really believe, and I haven't calculated it down to the penny, but I just bought me a new control deck in December and a $2,200 MacBook Pro in December. So I guarantee you I spent over $10,000 in equipment. And if you don't know how to budget your money to go along with your own personal life, don't do it.
Right. And that's kind of
Don't do it.
that's kind of the same thing I fell into when I first got into photography. You know, I was doing photography for a little while, and you know, you think it's just a camera. I buy some editing software, and boom, bam. No, it's way more to it than that. And people go into it and not seeing, you know, that like you say, it takes money to make money, and if you ain't budgeting right, you'll end up on the short end of the stick. So is that the advice that you give your models? You kind of hit them with, hey, you need to start budgeting. You need to start planning long term. It's not, you know, because I think most models, I would think, now I don't know, just think, hey, I just go take some pictures and bam, boom, that's it.
Yeah, those are the models that just want to be social media models. My
Right.
model team, we not social media models. We do print. We do music videos. We do runway shows. That is being developed as a model. And once I get them on board with DCS Entertainment, I try to give them like a timeline. I give them 90 days when they first start with us to make sure a couple of things that you got great time management skills, because that's important too. You got great communication skills. That's very important. And you got a budget. With those three right there, you can't go wrong. You know? So once you get those three down, because you got to think about if you're a current worker and you're doing the modeling on the side, you got to have time to do what you need to do as a up and coming model. Communication is like key to everything that we do in our own personal lives. So if you don't have great communication skills, how are you going to communicate with a photographer, a magazine owner, a clothing brand that you want to be a part of? You know,
Right.
and then the money part. The money part, yes, you got to have a budget, because guess what? Some photographers will take your pictures for free. Those are the ones you got to chase down for your photos. So I choose not to work with them people. But I set up a budget to pay a photographer twice a month. That's what I do. And so I take my team and I said, listen, you got to figure out, can you spend $75 to $150 on photo shoots? If you can do that per month, you're good. If you can't do that, there's no need to model. That's how you got to set up your budget.
Right. So how much work goes into doing a photo shoot? I mean, I know you gotta.
A lot. Because guess what? Most people got to get their hair coordinated. They need makeup, artists. You got to find the outfit if you're not representing a clothing brand or if you're not a brand ambassador. So you got to go spend money on clothes. Then guess what? You got to spend money on gas to get to the locations, especially if the locations require you to go out of state.
Right.
You know, most of the time, if I'm a model and you require me to come to Tennessee, you're going to have to pay for the flight, the hotel, and some food. That's how we're going to do things. But if it's in my proximity of where I live, I still got to spend gas money to get there.
Right. So I'm sure you got a list of different photographers that you use. Like do you require your models to go to a specific photographer, or they can kind of pick and choose who they want to use?
Well, when they first get started, I try to refer a couple of my own photographers that I've worked with because I trust them. I feel comfortable with them. And if I trust them, feel comfortable with them, then if they want to choose to shoot with them, I'll set up the shoot. Now, if they find their own photographers, that's good too, because they need to know they have to be independent, meaning you got to find your own vendors too. I'll
Right.
give you some of mine to work with that first. But in order to set up your brand as a model, you got to have your own vendors. That means you need a photographer, you need graphic artists, you're going to need makeup artists, you'll need a hairstylist. You know, those are the things you got to look for as a model to be on your brand and to be on your team. So, and I already got that for myself in place. And what I try to do is I'll give them some of my tools and vendors to use, but it's only for a 90-day period because you're going to have to set up your own team in order to get your shoots done.
So it sounds like you kind of push for them to be independent.
Exactly.
Okay.
After, you should be able to call on any photographer. If you have doubts about them, then they contact me. You know, do you think I should shoot with him or her? Because we got lady photographers too now. So my thing on that is do your research on the photographer. You know, because just because he has a camera, that doesn't mean he's a good photographer. Because I've been with some photographers that cannot edit. I've been with photographers that can't shoot. I've been with some photographers. I mean, you got to hunt down, and then those are the ones that I definitely don't want to work with.
Right. And one other thing I noticed that you always give credit to everybody that has something to do with your photo shoot, whether it's the photographer, the makeup person, the hairstylist, what clothes you wearing. You always, you know, include them in your pictures. Is that something you just learned along the way, or is it a reason why you do that?
Well, it's kind of both. So, you know, first of all, I wouldn't have known who you were as a photographer, right? Had I not shot with you. So, I mean, I can do something that's courteous, which a lot of
Right.
people don't do. And I'm real sincere with that because if you did my hair for that photo shoot, yeah, I'm gonna recognize you. And that way, I mean, somebody might want to try your services out. You know, that's up to you. But the main thing is being courteous to people. That's just me. That's how I grew up. You know, is thanking people for what they've done for me.
Right.
That's what my grandma taught me that. So it's a little bit of both. It just puts you out there to be recognized, even if you were never recognized through social media. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you, if I tag your name, my folks gonna know who you are,
Right.
and they will research you.
I think it's cool that you do that because I see a lot of people, you know, that post stuff and, you know, it's just them. It's, you know, they ain't giving no props to the photographer, to anybody. And, you know, they didn't do it all by themselves. So I think, I mean, that's kudos for doing that.
Yeah, I give everybody their credit, their respect, and that's how I do things.
Right. Now, we got some myths about the modeling industry, and I want you to either agree or dispel some of these myths. So I'm gonna go down. It's the top five, and I'm gonna just kind of go down the list, and you tell me what you think about that. Number one, you must be tall.
That's a myth to me, because that's a myth. I don't know what, and you know what? With everything that's going on in the world today, that's getting ready to change. Okay, that height thing, that's just a myth to me because the people that I got on my team, I think the tallest person I got on my team is a new 14-year-old named Aaliyah. She is 5'9". She's 5'9". She just started. She never done any modeling before, and in the real world, everybody will be after her because she's that tall. But guess what? A lot of people are after the short ones. Okay, so I
How
got a
tall are you?
model on my.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Oh,
Five
okay.
seven. That's the average
That's
height
average
that they
height.
look for models.
Okay. Okay.
But I got a model from Dallas, Texas. I'm gonna tell you something. Go look her up. Her model page is DCS Model Toy. She's 5'2", 5'4". She's so short. She's short. But guess what? She can walk that runway as if she was 6'1".
Okay, number 2. And I don't agree with any of these. You must be thin. I know that's not
That's
true.
that's a lie right there. In all reality, that's a lie. Because guess what? There ain't skinny people in the world. There's a lot of people, different sizes in the world. Do you realize, um, you know, we come here as a baby. We don't even know if we're gonna be thin. We don't know if we're gonna be big. We don't know. We don't know. Okay. So my thing is everything that's being advertised is always showing somebody that's like 100 pounds. That's a myth. Okay. Cause I don't weigh 100 pounds and I get work as a model. Um, that's just a myth. I think everybody now has come to realize they're hiring more average models, average size models, also models that are plus size, as they say. I
Yeah,
call it curvy models.
yeah, curvy, thick.
Curvy.
That's what I like. You give me that, and
Yeah,
look, we good.
yeah. Curvy models is out there, okay, and curvy models have started a platform just like the female DJs started a platform. They kind of taken over too now. And then you got the other women that are bigger than the plus size. They not playing around either.
I
They
think
can rock runways. They
they
can shoot magazines.
they
You
do.
know, they yeah.
And I think
Thing
I think
about
that is confidence. When you have that confidence, I think it shows through whatever size or anything. If you have that confidence, I think that just makes people, even if they might prefer thin or whatever, that confidence just makes you say, okay, she is nice. I can deal with her.
yeah, because everybody is not under 100 pounds. Okay, it ain't like that.
Right.
It's
Number
definitely not like that.
number 3, and I know this one because you can prove this one. You must be young.
That's a lie too.
And you
I don't
say that
like to tell nobody.
because
I don't like to tell nobody my age, but I guarantee you, you will never be able to guess how old I am. That's the good thing. Now, Daryl might know how old I am, but the audience, you can't guess, and
no, they'll
you
never
won't guess
guess.
it.
They never
They'll never
guess.
guess.
They never
So
guess.
that being young and under 18, 21 and under, that's a lie myth too.
I think that's some people fantasy thing, like tall, thin, young. Maybe if they roll all
Mm-mm.
that together, it's probably a market for some people. But I don't think that's the overall general uh, thing with people. I don't think that's the what people are actually looking for when they say a model.
Well, guess what? I represent the 45 plus club. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all I'm gonna put out there.
Don't say no more.
That's it. I'm trying to tell you, and I'm telling you, I am a grandmother of one little girl, and she thinks that I'm just like the best thing ever. I've never heard a child just always telling somebody, "Oh, Yaya," that's my nickname too, by the way. Don't call me Granny or Grandma. She calls me Yaya. She said, "I love your hair, Yaya. Oh, Yaya, you're so pretty." I'm like, man, that makes me feel so good,
See that?
really
See
good.
that make you feel young right there.
It does. It does. So that question right there, that's a myth and it's a lie.
Oh, okay. Number 4. Now this one could go either way probably. You need professional pictures.
Okay. I have a thing about pictures. Okay. So you do need professional photos not selfies. If you're trying to get out here in this upcoming modeling world, because it's already saturated, okay? So when you bring something, you bring some artwork, and that's what I do. I bring artwork. I entertain every day, but what I do as far as that goes, you have to bring some artwork. So therefore, pay for them pictures. Stop taking them selfies with them iPhones, because it ain't gonna work. Okay.
Well, okay, maybe I'm looking at it from a different perspective. I'm looking at it from the perspective of I don't need to go out here and spend $1,500 for some pictures. When I know I'm thinking like even though these phones do take some pretty good pictures now, uh, I guess when I say professional, I'm more thinking like uh, going to one of these photo studios and paying a lot of money just for a photo shoot. Uh, like take me for instance. You know, I don't claim to be a professional photographer. I took pictures. I think I did pretty good at it. I think someone could come to me and I could give them some good pictures that they could submit to someone.
Right. I've seen your pictures. Your pictures are good. You've done some work for me in the past as far as a graphic artist. So I know your pictures are good, but the professional photos are good when you're investing time, money, and energy
Right.
to get into a magazine. They're not going to accept cell phone pictures. They're
Right.
not the right size.
Right.
I
I
don't
didn't think
know. They
about
could
that.
be. They're not the right size, and then they're not 300 DPI.
Right, because I think what happens when you take those cell phone pictures, they look good on your phone, but if you try to print them out, it's a whole different ball game.
Oh yeah, the pixels are definitely messed up.
Right.
Definitely. Yep. So I would say stick to the professional shoot. You know, some folks will shoot you for free, but you know, me
You
personally,
say you got to track
I've
them
done.
down.
I don't want to track nobody down for no pictures, so I rather just pay you and get the job done for what I'm doing.
Right. Number 5, the model agency pays all your expenses.
That's a lie too.
That's a lie.
Now, unless you rocking with, let me tell you something. Unless you rocking with Ford or Elite Model Agency in New York City, California, they may do that.
Right.
Anybody else, they're not going to do that.
Oh, okay.
Me personally, I'm not a modeling agency. I'm a model manager. So it's a difference
Right.
when it comes to my team. That's why I try to make sure they understand you have to have a budget to model. And if you don't have that, DCS Entertainment cannot provide money for you to become an up and coming model. So you have a budget, you know.
Now let me ask you this question. I'm just throwing this question in. It just came to my mind. Let's say you have someone and you just see that person and you just know they just got everything that it takes. Would you invest in that person? I'm just saying you personally, would you invest in that person?
I am investing in one person on my team, which is my granddaughter.
That
Right
don't
now.
count.
No, it does count because that's money I got to spend on her.
Yeah, but of course
And
you're gonna do it for her. She call you Yaya.
no,
She
no,
tell
no,
you how
no, no, no,
beautiful you
no,
are.
no, 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 not just because she's my granddaughter. The reason why is my granddaughter got some extraordinary talent that my family don't have. You understand what I'm saying? So that's an investment to me. So if I can start training her, which she's been on my team too. She's 5 years old. She's been shooting since 6 months old. She's been in 2 magazines. She tried out for Disney 2 years ago. She was so scared she didn't make it, but we coming back.
Right.
So I'm gonna invest my money in her. Then I have another model. She's been on my team for 6 years. Her name is Cece. So beautiful. I would invest in her for real. But CC is now 18. She has other plans, which she wants to be in the healthcare business, and I don't have a problem with that. So she's really not doing the modeling full time. But if she was, I would invest in her because I just think with her and her look and her talent that it's something out there for her. Just like I think to me, it's something out there for my granddaughter because my granddaughter is so talented. I'm like, where does she get all of this from? She can sing, she dances, she raps.
Oh,
Can you
she's the
believe
total
that?
package. Yeah, she's the total package.
Right. And she's a comedian
Oh,
too.
she's that just put the icing on the cake.
Exactly. So I had planned on utilizing my summer this year to take her to New York, take her to California, because somebody was going to sign her. I don't know who, but that's what my plan was.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah. So, those are the little ladies right there. Yeah. If you see something in somebody and you got the funds to invest in somebody, then I would say do it.
Right. So, which do you like better, modeling or being a talent manager?
Mm. I like both. I'm going to say both. Because the reason I like being a talent manager, there's unknown talent in these little cities that we live in. And because you might be a big time celebrity, you are missing out on talent that are in these little cities that, I pretty much go to. Like, I'll give you an example. Um, there's a young lady, her name is Angie. I met her like 2, 3 years ago. She lives in Philly. I think she now moved to New Jersey, but she's an upcoming model. I'll use her because the girl got her voice. I swear, when I heard her sing, I thought I was just going to fall to the ground.
Wow.
And at that time, she was like 18 or 19 years old. She's like 21 now. I think she's 21. But I was like, man, I want to help her. But she lives in Philly, and she's still like a teenager. But I don't know if she's with her parents or what. I don't know the circumstances, but I still try to follow her. I try to keep up with her because I think one day I might just break down and see because she's trying and nobody's giving her an opportunity. I'm not a recording agency. I'm not a recording label, but I know that girl's voice right there can be pretty much put into place if somebody took the time to listen to her. And that's what is missing from the big time celebrities helping the up and coming people that are lost in these little bitty cities that got so much talent. So,
Right.
I like doing both.
Oh, okay. So what keeps you motivated?
Life itself. Because I'm trying to live a long time. I really am. Listen, you could laugh, but I would say it's really the truth because I have a 99-year-old aunt on my father's side and a 95-year-old aunt on my father's side. I'm trying to get to that in the 90s. Okay, so life in itself keeps me motivated. I'm not married anymore. I'm feeling free. That's the great thing about being single. I get to do a lot of things that I couldn't do while I was raising my kids. And then I get to travel. That traveling keeps me motivated. If I could go to Miami twice a year, I'm good. If I can go to New York 3 and 4 times a year, I'm good because I'm from New York. Um, and if I could just do any other city or country, I'm out there and I'm trying to get that done. And that definitely keeps me motivated. It's just life in itself of what we can do.
What advice would you give your younger self?
That's a good question.
And I know you got a great answer.
My younger self. Okay. I probably wouldn't have had kids at a young age. That's number one. Um, I probably would have been probably in the entertainment business a little bit earlier than what I started out now. Not just now, but years past. And then I probably would have had a family after I had my career slash entertainment.
Okay. I think you kind of answered this next question a little bit, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. If money wasn't an option, what would you be doing every day?
Traveling, just traveling, going to different places that might be, can give me some history on this city, this state, this country. I really want to travel. I've never been out of the country, right? Never. And I had planned on going to Paris this year. Believe it or not, me and my girlfriend that acts like my mama, we were going to go there for my birthday, right? Because that's something I want to do that I've never done before, you know? So this traveling stuff, if I could just, if I didn't have to worry about money, yes, I would do a whole lot of traveling and less working.
Oh, okay. Um, I think you already kind of answered this question. How do you plan for rest and self care down the line? And I know that you already said you we talked earlier and you were saying you've been stuck in the house and it's driving you crazy. You probably never plan on resting, but at some point we do have to sit down. So are you getting prepared for that phase of your life?
Yeah, I've been planning for growing older, trying to keep my health in order. Um, it's it's a little bit consuming sometimes. You got so much things that you got to deal with in order to try to stay healthy. Try to make sure you get enough. Making sure you're drinking lots of water. I didn't realize water in itself can keep you healthier and looking young
It
too.
does. And I have to admit, probably over the last maybe year and a half, I've started drinking more water. Still don't drink as much as I need to, but water is very important.
It is. I'm like you too. I went to the doctor last year to get some work done, and he advised me. He was like, "Listen, you need to drink about 5 bottles of water a day." I said, "I drink water every day." He said, "No, you really need to drink 5 full bottles a day." I'm like, Lord, in my whole day, you know.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Once you get used to doing it, I get used to it, and then for some reason I'll just stop, which I know I got to do better. But
And, and that's right. You gotta drink that water. I only drink water, tea, juices, coffee. I drink my coffee because that's my energy drink. Okay. But those things, coffee is probably not good for you
it's
either
not.
because it has a lot of caffeine in it. Actually, I have to drink coffee to get me going on a daily basis. But water, I drink water and I drink juice. And then when it comes to juice, I kind of drink juice that doesn't have acid in it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Um, then the other thing too, my eating habits. I know back in the day, growing up when I was in my 20s, right? I used to eat hot sauce, jalapenos. I can't eat that stuff no more.
No.
So my eating habits have changed. Now, as far as my skin looks great. to be the age I am, my skin looks great. And the reason why I say that is because I use one product. I've been using this product forever and ever. It's Mary Kay. And whatever Mary Kay has in its ingredients, I've been using Mary Kay for at least 30 years, at least. Because I started as a teen using it. And if you stay with one product when it comes to your skin, then, I mean, you don't have to worry too much about looking older than what you really are if you use and stay with one particular product. So that's important too.
Okay. The next question. What is your vision for yourself and your company over the next 5 years?
What's my vision?
Yeah.
Now, my main vision as far as my company goes is to be kind of a worldwide DJ. That's a grandma. Can you believe that?
Mm.
That's my major vision right now, as far as getting myself known, not just nationwide but internationally too. I think and the reason why I say within the next 5 years is because the more work that I put in between now and the next 5 years, I think it will happen, because what I try to do is I set up a plan every year for my company. So if something doesn't work that happened the prior year, I throw it out the window and I try something new. So I'm pretty much a risk taker. So I'll try something new. That's why I'm trying the virtual stuff right now. That's new to me. So within the next 5 years, I can be just not only a physical DJ nationwide, worldwide, I can also be a virtual DJ nationwide, worldwide. And as far as the other parts of my company, it's just trying to stay motivated, making sure that my company can produce some good revenue moving forward within the next 5 years. Because within the next 5 years, I will tell you that if it's not doing the magical numbers that I'm looking at, then I'm just going to stay focused on my granddaughter, getting her put out there, and then just, DJing in the background. So you have a plan A, and then you have to have a plan B.
Better be like me. I got A, B, and C. Because you never know. You never know. But I'm less of a risk taker than you are, though.
Mm-hmm. I'm a risk taker.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm less of a risk taker. I'm kind of.
I do my homework, my research. I mean, that's what I went to school for. To learn the business model. So, before I do jump out there and take that risk, trust and believe me, I've already done the research.
Right.
It's just now, once I put my hands on it or step into it, I got to figure out, is it going to work for me? Because everything that you do or you might put yourself into is not always a good fit.
Right. Well, you know what? I take that back. I guess I did. I kind of jumped out there with this podcast thing. But to me, this doing this, talking about sports and this and that, it's more fun to me. So, if something comes out of it, hey, great. If not, I just enjoy talking about sports and talking to different people. So I'm good either way.
Right. So you have to try something, because if you don't try, you won't never know
exactly
how you fit into it. I didn't think or have a clue about me being a DJ until I moved to Dallas, Texas back in 2011, which I knew no one there. And I was so homesick for the East Coast, I soaked my mind into figuring out how to be a DJ. But I never put it into action.
Right.
After I did the research, I never put it in action until 2016, 5 years later.
Mm. Well, sometimes it takes that long. It takes a while to just, go ahead and put it together and finally say, hey, look, I'm finna go ahead and do it. So that sounds about right.
Yeah, and then once I started, buying the equipment, and I started, and when I started in 2016, I had rotator cuff surgery, so that kind of put like a 4-month standstill on me learning how to DJ. But that first year, even though I bought the equipment January 1st, by the end of that year in 2016, I had already had 6 DJ gigs after my
Wow.
surgery. And that was pretty good because I'm a new DJ, just had surgery on my dominant hand to DJ. And I mean, I came back and made money that first year. And then in 2017, it was like, it just blew up. I had 38 gigs in 2017.
Oh,
Part-time.
that's what you want
Part-time.
right there.
hmm
See, that probably be too many for me.
It was probably too many for me because guess what? 2018, I kind of was like, you know what? Let me not overwhelm myself
Right.
every weekend.
See, that's what I'm
So
saying. That's what got me with photography. It was, I mean, I loved it at first. I was doing pretty good. I must admit, but it was like every weekend. I mean, I never had a weekend to myself, and I was like, you know what? That's kind of defeating the purpose for me.
right, and that's what I did in 2018. I kind of fell back a little bit, and I still made more money in that year too.
Wow.
But guess what? I was able to go on my little mini vacations where I wanted to throughout the year.
Right. Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. This
hmm
next, not really a question. Well, I guess it is. I, I would like you to name 3 people who have been influential in your life. I mean, it could be business wise, it could be life in general, it could just be whatever. Just 3 people that you can think of that were influential in your life.
Well, the first person is a lady named Brenda.
Hold on,
Okay,
say that name again.
the first person is Brenda Hines. She's a older lady. That's the one that thinks she's my mama. My mama number 2. Okay,
Mama number 2,
um,
okay.
mama number 2. Um, she got me through college degrees. My first 2 college degrees at Bryan and Stratton College a long time ago in the 90s. She got me through the 2 degrees. Once she got me through those two degrees, she became my friend. Afterwards, she checked on me. She made sure I was working in the right field. She gave me good tips on making sure I had my financials in order as far as emergency money. Um, and she still checks on me with that today. She's like, "You got enough money in the bank? Something happened to you? Blah blah blah." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good for now."
Right.
I'm good for now. Because I do have a shopping habit, but I'm good for now. But yeah, Miss Brenda, she's like my heart, my soul to me because a lot of things she's taught me, a lot of things that I look up to her for that guidance. If I gotta cry, I call her. If I gotta complain, I call her. If I'm feeling joyous, I call her. She's always been there to give me that energy as an older person to tell me I can do it. I
Right.
can do it. And so she's been really influential in my life ever since the early 90s. The second person would be my kids. You know what I'm saying? Now, kids is kids,
You
but
ain't got to tell me. I
they
know.
my kids. They my kids. I got a son and a daughter, Shonda and James, and they're influential too. Because guess what? I was a single parent, and that's what makes them more influential to me because I took good care of them. I was able to make sure their lives was taken care of, regardless if I was an up and coming, struggling mom. I made it work. You know what I'm saying? They gave me the energy. They gave me the motivation. You know, I made sure they were well taken care of because I was a single parent, you know, and they keep me, you know, up on a lot of things. You know, my son is funny. I will tell you that. He's like, I'm like, have you listened to any of my music lately? Blah blah. I ask him continuously. He's like, well, yeah, Mom, you getting really good, Mom. You really getting good. I was like, all right now, if that's coming from him, you know, because he's the millennial, the young millennial. My
Right.
daughter's the oldest. That's a good thing. My daughter, she be trying to. She thinks she my mama too. Sometimes, you know, she be trying to tell me I should do this, do that. I listen to her, but I listen to her. So they keep me both as far as they influence my life. Because if it
Right.
wasn't for the two kids and my granddaughter, I mean, I probably wouldn't have a purpose to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then the last person is my brother, George. That's my oldest brother. He's a very influential person. You know why? Because me and him both were single parents. I would have never thought in a million years that my brother would be a single parent after he got out of the military. He did 20 years in the Navy. I
Smart.
watched him travel. I watched him, you know, talk about different countries. You know, he made sure, you know, like when he went to Spain while he was in the Navy, that he, you know, called me, wrote me, you know, kept me up on what was going on in the world while I was still, you know, just now going into high school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and still to this day, I can call my brother. He'll come. He lives in New Jersey. He come. Anything I need done, he'll come and help me. I will tell you, my brother, when I moved to Texas, he came all the way from New Jersey, parked his car in Maryland, and we drove all the way to Texas to move me. And he drove all the way back the next 24 hours. That's, when I tell you that's motivation, that means he loved his little sister.
Yeah, that's exactly what that means.
Yeah. So he's a good person. He's a good person. Good person.
That tells me that family is very important in your life, which is a great thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
Now,
So
as
those are the three most influential folks.
that's a good three. That's a good three. Now the kids, that one surprised me a little bit, but I get where you're coming from. Now that I think about it, I guess my kids do influence me a little bit, even though I try
They
to
do.
put more influence on them because they think they know more than they really know. But they keep me up to date on different things going on in the world, and they help me out a lot too. So that was a good one.
Yeah, they do. And don't let them bring your grandkid.
Oh, you know,
That little grandkid is gonna influence you too.
I got four.
See, I only have one.
I got four. My oldest grandbaby is Sebastian. That's my little partner right there. He ain't like me at first because I was kind of hard on him, but now he loved me now. And it's Sebastian, it's Carson, it's Hendrix, which stays here with me, and it's little Penelope. That's my that's my first granddaughter. So she gonna get spoiled.
Right.
I'm gonna have to be
You
hard on them
just
boys, but I'm
recently
gonna
you
spoil
just
them
recently
girls.
had a you just recently had a grandbaby.
Yeah, Penelope is like maybe 2 months now. It's probably 2 months old, if that. And
Okay.
Hendrix
Okay,
and
Grandpa.
oh no, right. I'm grandpa, I'm pawpaw, I'm whatever. I'm feeling my
Yeah,
age today too, so hey.
I know. Hey, but I think the grandparents of today are a different set of grandparents. I'm trying to tell you,
Oh yeah, we are.
we're a different set of grandparents. And I love being a grandma because I can call and say, hey, come get your daughter, please.
Oh yeah.
I'm tired of babysitting.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They know me. They know. Hey. Now Sebastian, he 5, so I can kind of deal with him a little bit. I can tolerate him a little bit longer, but them, oh no. Hey, you on your way? Come on, get him now. I don't had enough of that. But that's no, this is a question for you. If you were in my shoes and you were the person doing the interview, what question would you have asked about yourself that I didn't ask today?
That's kind of hard. I would say I think you might have already asked me that because you said about the influential people, but I probably would have said, what else keeps you motivated, and kind of sane? Because you got to think about that too, because our mental, it has to be on a different level too, because if the mental wasn't there, probably wouldn't be successful as I am.
Right.
And also being motivated. That helps me too, because first of all, for the two things that I do, I am motivated always. I just like to entertain people. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to do it when I was younger, but guess what? I can do it now. And that keeps me vibrant. And it definitely keeps me awake. And then also having the mental stability about what I do and not being scared to do it and not complaining all the time about money. I'm not like that. I mean, I get things done what I need to get done, especially if I have a passion for it.
Right.
You understand where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
So that's why the mental stability has to be there and the motivation has to be there.
I do it sometimes, but I don't see how you maintain a full-time job, DJ, model, and all that. It seems like a lot to me, but it's probably a piece of cake for you.
Well, I just got good. I've learned to make sure I got good time management skills. Like I said earlier, it's necessary to have that, and then to also have good communication skills. Because if you don't have those two pieces, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. That's in my opinion. It's not going to work.
And the other thing you said if you could tell your younger self something, you'd wait to have kids and a family and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle told me when I was like, and it's probably why I had kids at a young age. My uncle said, Daryl, you know what, nephew, go ahead and have them kids now, so when you get older, you ain't got to deal with them. And I look at some of my friends, today, they're a little older than me. They 50 something or whatever, and they got like 2 and 3 year olds, and I'm like, I can barely deal with my grandkids. I know I couldn't deal with a child at 50 some years old. So be thankful that you had them while you were young. You got all of that out the way, and now you can do whatever you want to do. I got one more. My youngest daughter, 17. She finna be a senior in high school if school even open up this year or whatever they're gonna do. But she's gonna be a senior in high school, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
I know. I was like that too with both mine. Mine's definitely they've been grown for quite a while. And it's just, it's good now. My life is good. I don't let nobody stress me. That's one thing.
Right.
And I don't sit in the house and dwell on certain issues. I might think about it at the moment. Trust me, it does not carry longer than probably 2 hours. If I can't fix it, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. So I'm not going to stress myself out because, like I said, I'm still trying my best and it's power to live as long as my aunts. So that's why I'm going to try my best and continue to live stress-free.
Oh, yeah. Cut out that stress, you'll live longer.
Right.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
here's the part of the show where I'm about to put you on the spot a little bit. And since this is the first one I'm doing, I'm gonna give you a bad scenario and I'm gonna give you a good scenario. Well, I think it's a good scenario. I know it's a bad scenario, but I'm gonna give you a bad scenario first, and then I'm gonna come back with a good scenario. So, if you had a choice, no, it's not even if you had a choice. If you had to date one of these two people, which one would it be and why? And your choices are Donald Trump or R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
You got to choose one.
Oh Lord, I can't. I really can't. I really can't. I can't. I don't agree with nothing they've done. Nothing. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I have a daughter. I have a daughter. I have a
Right.
granddaughter.
Right.
I would never, ever in my entire life, I don't care how talented you are, you would not be in the hands of a man that entertains his life and young ladies. That's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. That's just, I can't even speak on that. It's not going to happen. So that one's casted out. That's out. Now, this number 45, because I'm not going to give him my platform. I kind of like back in the day, I thought this man was like handling his business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think everybody thought that. I think that's what's throwing everybody off today.
Yeah. I thought this man was, I'm like, man, he got a hotel here. He got some real estate here. He got this here. How you get all of that? How you get all of that? How can I get to be a business owner and make money like this man right here? Right? And I watched a lot of his movements. I watched a lot of his little shows or whatever. But I never thought in my entire life that I would have to listen to someone like him at this present moment.
Yeah. Look.
And it ain't. It's not good.
I'm
That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm 100% with you on that because I think, growing up, it was always, I think rappers even rapped about being rich like Donald Trump and stuff like that. And, I think he was, I don't know if I'm going to say, I ain't going to go as far as say a role model, but I think he was a person that we put on a high pedestal because we thought his business acumen was pretty high and high IQ. And I guess all that has been dispelled. So I'll let you slide on this one because that was a hard one. Now I'm going to give you another one. This one you probably can choose between. You probably have a hard time choosing one or the other. But if you could choose between Morris Chestnut and Michael Ealy, who and why?
God, I'm just going to go with Morris Chestnut. Morris Chestnut. Oh my God. Morris Chestnut is my celebrity, one of my celebrity crushes. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Michael Ealy, he all right. I like Morris Chestnut. Okay, let me tell you why.
I can imagine why.
I'm just going to be nice and clean about this man. This man has done a lot in the movie industry. I admire this man. He's such a great talent, but not only that, with him being such a great talent, he is so, so, so gorgeous. He's gorgeous. Now, if I ever get to meet him, I probably wouldn't know what to say. My sister, Kathy, she met him about 2 years ago. And the picture is on Facebook.
Oh,
I'm
my
like,
goodness.
Oh, really? You had to do that? Could you just gave him my phone number?
By the way, here you go. This is Becky G's number. Just give her a call.
Just call me. I don't care. I'll go out and have a dinner date with you. I would love to meet you. At this particular point, in my age, I am not a groupie. I'm going to go after what I want.
I heard that. Well, we got a no-go for the first question, and we got Morris Chestnut wins out on the second one. Now,
That's
let us,
exactly right.
as we bring this interview to an end, where can viewers find you online or on social media?
Oh, man, I'm all over social media. So the best place to find me is on Facebook. You can look me up under DCS Entertainment and Management Company, LLC. Once you put all that in, you'll see exactly, it'll come up quickly. Or you can find me on Instagram at DCSENTCO. And I'm also learning how to use Twitter now. So I hear Twitter is a very good platform that I need to be on as a business entrepreneur. So find me on Twitter at BGDCS44.
I got to get a Twitter account too. I'm so far behind. I'm just, I am so
You can put
far
that
behind.
podcast on Twitter, and all you got to do is learn them hashtags, because those hashtags is what's trending.
I get my influential daughter. She's on everything. She'll help me out with that.
Yeah. And I also have a website for my DJing. So if you ever need a live DJ, a virtual DJ, you can check me out on DJPynkDyamond.com. So that's DJPynkDiamond.com. Just remember, when you put it in, there are no I's, there are only Y's.
I like that. So I would like to say thanks for your time, and I appreciate you coming on the show. It has been a pleasure, and I will say that was clutch. Always good to catch up with old friends and have a little conversation and get some of their stuff out. I think it's important that we help each other to reach our goals. So part of this podcast is to help get your stuff out and help us get our stuff out. So with that being said, I really appreciate you taking the time out. And I know you said you were going to the beach today and you were going to be in a secluded area, and you're still going to have your mask on, right?
That is correct. I'm going to the beach today.
Must be nice. Must be nice. Look like it's finna rain here in Memphis, but hey, it's all good.
Hey, we got great weather this weekend, and I'm gonna try it. Like I said, it's a secluded beach. It's private. You got to pay to get on the beach, but I really need to go get some vitamin D. Okay.
Oh yeah, that vitamin D. Just like we was talking about that water, that vitamin D is just as important.
It is. It really is. And I enjoyed myself on this show today. And it's been a while since I've talked to you, So you got to keep me in the loop of things as you do your podcast, and put those music links out there on your podcast so I can get me some good listeners.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna do all of that. Oh, this is a sports show, and we didn't even talk about your New York Giants.
Oh, let's talk about them very quickly, and my LA Lakers, okay?
Oh yeah,
so,
I'm a Laker fan
York
too.
Giant. I am a dedicated New York Giants fan. I don't care if they win or lose. I am from New York City, and that's who I like. I have a lot of guys that always want to talk smack to me, and their teams ain't doing much of anything either. So I'm hoping and praying that the NFL comes back this year. And if not, that's okay. If not, we'll be ready for them in 2021. Trust me.
We did our NFL football predictions. That was the first show that we did. And I'm a 49ers fan. My other guy, he's a Giants fan just like you. And the other guy, he's a Dallas Cowboy fan. The Dallas Cowboys. I know, right? The Dallas Cowboy fans said that y'all were going to finish 5-11 this year.
What? That's that Dallas Cowboy stuff. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? They always talking smack. And I don't even think when is the last time they won a Super Bowl? I think that was was it in the 80s or 90s?
They got one. I think it was 95. It's been like 25 some years since the last time they won one.
Right. And the New York Giants won their last Super Bowl 2012.
Yeah,
there's a big difference.
They were the Patriot killers those 2 years. They kept Tom Brady from getting 2 Super Bowls.
Right.
So the next time that we do our predictions, we talk about the Giants and the Cowboys. I'm gonna make sure you on the show so you can talk to.
Yeah. Bring me on, because I'm a dedicated football fan, and I'm a dedicated Los Angeles Lakers fan. And let me shed some light on that right quick, because I gotta go. But I'm very, very sad Kobe Bryant is gone.
Oh yeah.
I cherish that guy ever since he was 18 years old. I've never followed somebody that much, except for Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan. But Kobe Bryant, he, to me, is what made the Lakers. You understand me? And anybody want to debate that, we can talk on another show.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. It's still hard for me to talk about Kobe. When I got the news, I was at my daughter's basketball practice, and I was like, oh, this got to be some, you know how they put out fake deaths and all. I said, this got to be fake. And then I started getting phone calls, and I started seeing it on, start flashing across my telephone, AOL messages. And I was like, oh, wow, this is real. So, I mean, it's however long it's been, I still ain't really talked about it. But, yeah, Kobe was my guy, definitely.
Yeah. I set up a little memorial, just so you know, in my second bedroom. I got some newspaper articles on him. I got the real shirts that I rock sometimes. I've even done it in a photo shoot. But when I heard also the news, I was on my way to a photo shoot. I had to pull over and stop. Because you thought Kobe Bryant was my boyfriend.
I know, right?
The way it hit me.
Yeah, I think it hit everybody kind of hard. Well, all right, I ain't going to hold you up. I'm finna let you go get some of that sun and vitamin D on the beach. And it was great talking with you. And hopefully we're definitely going to do this again.
All right, Daryl, it was good talking to you, and let me know when the podcast is ready so we can promote away.
Now, you already know it.
All right, you have a good weekend. We celebrating the holiday. We didn't even touch on the protested, but we can come back to that.
Yeah, we're going to have plenty of time to talk about all that. I want to get all your stuff out today.
All right, so I will look forward to seeing the podcast, and, to all your listeners, make sure you guys catch me tomorrow, every Saturday, 1 to 2 p.m. on cruisinkradio.com at 1 p.m. Eastern.
All right, we got you. I'll definitely be listening.
All right, I got a special mix for tomorrow, so good luck to the show, and hopefully, like you said, we will be talking again.
Most definitely.
All right, have a good one.
Hey, you too.
Yeah, baby.
Bye-bye.
Let me take you to my world. Let me take you to my world. Yeah, baby.
Excuse me, miss, don't mean to bother you, but I just couldn't help but to notice your style and your profile, the way that you carry yourself. Unlike any other cutie with a small waist and a big booty, you got that down-earth type of class to give you that inner type beauty. No weave, no fake nails, everything on this gal original. Pretty skin, pretty smile, have a nigga hormone running wild. With a figure to have a grown-ass nigga in a state of shock and mesmerized. Just walk by and say hi, there's no nigga, young nigga fantasize.
Let me take you to my world. Let me take you